Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever on a day, any part of the world. This now Mr. Mohammed Shiran coming to now from the US. And as usual, we can come about the same time, 3:30 we on time, when 7:30 Salone time, and different time zone, then get things, they know when for tune we in. So, and also when I also know how the show goes. That is, it's live show, as I talk to one now, live. So when I can able for call in, if you get question, if you get comment, you can call in and express your opinion on any topic we will bring up where you think, say, you get opinion on. And the good thing is, now Creole with the talk, so anybody never feel restricted from calling. We just get some minor rules them, and I call them minor because we as human beings are so for behave, we for call respect each other. So, for call and begin curse the host and begin threaten the host, or begin make disrespectful or derogatory comment against a caller before you, or something of that sort there. As long as we agree for respect each other, we way to do the show, we will respect you, no matter how much we disagree with you. We will state so. We're not to say not disagree, but just do them in a respectful way, believing that we all not to see things the same way, we all not to solve things the same way. Only when we agree for disagree, and then when you try for bring me over to you on side by pointing out why me wrong, without cursing or threatening me, that ain't go convince me say I wrong. So, and besides, when you begin for threatening and for being insulting, then they help the other person, or you help the people who they listen for even get you point if you get any point for make. So let's remember, say these conversations and what we get week by week by week, it's all about Sierra Leone, what we all claim say we love. But if we all claim say we love the country, we'll get for rise above pettiness and try to see things the way they are. So that way we will solve some of the problems that will lead us to know what you would think of. Okay? Now, also, when I know say we'll get certain numbers then, we can always display at the screen for whether you use telephone or on a laptop, or on a tablet, iPad. So as you get numbers that we can display, their number, then you get a few of them where I can always call or recite or announce. For start with, we get a number what we call toll free, which means they pay free. Now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. You can call our number there, particularly if they're within the United States. It's free, not cost anything. Also, if you call from the United Kingdom, you will get a number when a plus, the sign plus, 44 20 80 89 14 and 55. Let me repeat, plus 44 20 80 89 14 55. That is if you call from the United Kingdom. If you call from Australia, and a plus 61 29 09 84 337. From Australia, a plus 61 29 09 84 337. Then if you call on the WhatsApp line, now 1-343 997 5828. 1-343 997 5828. So these are some of the numbers then. Of course, also we are on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're there on Facebook. So when I can catch we also na them media then there. Okay. Now, as always, we get topics that we can like for deal with. And we can always want to make the main topic something we connect with the trend, the political trend of the day, which means what we can commonly say in America, what's happening. So now that trend now we focus on. So the political trend, we're going to be the main topic, but not what we start with. We'll get to do with the registration of people for qualify for votes in the next year's election. And some of the activities them, what would you see? We'll go play video, we'll go make one look them, and we'll go make the video, then speak for themselves, and we go analyze them, and people then will get the right for call. Also, our last but not least, we encourage people them, we're not to put restriction on people them for call. You know, feel free for call anytime, even when we make or me to make me comments them, you can call. Then if we see we'll get you on the line, we'll go try for quickly wrap up with comments and switch to you so you will able so we're not going to keep you on the line too long, and you'll be able to make your own contribution or statement or expression before the show is over. Okay? That said, the first thing we want to talk about, and from time to time also, we can do some survey. If we producer decide say we're going to do a polling meaning for ask people.
Oh, okay. I guess you guys are online.
Yeah,
Hello? Okay. Can you please call me when you're done the show? I have a question to ask, please.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Folks, sorry for the interruption. So please feel free for call anytime, and then just talk to the producer. Going to say so you get question, and then he will just go ahead and put you on the line, and then we'll take your call. That said, we'll get a video one play about a young man. This is not just what we call special interest story now. Just not going to have to do with politics, not going to have to do, well, it might get indirectly something to do with country. Because by now, this now young boy will get medical problem, where you not forget, as a child, it should have been long taken care of. And sometimes it don't reach the stage where it reach, either because even if you come on a village, people by now should have been informed that when hospital for the go to the people in the village, because we know some villages and they them so terribly located, motorcar road not did it. And some of the people then get for walk miles. And sometimes some of the people then get for cross rivers, and some of the people then get for cross rivers would burn to their head, which sometimes with them produce. So we understand. But it seems to me we don't reach the stage after 60 years of independence. No partner with country, not for be unreachable by either road or some other kind of means, where people particularly for health reason, because not all these people, every ailment where they suffer from. Now, yeah, people all over in Australia, Africa in general, and they suffer from that. So somebody will get a heart attack in a village. If they go take them 5 hours for walk by foot for reach Salone, even if they get for 2 times for reach the nearest big city in town, because we not get cities them that much, then the person go die. So this young man who one can show now, the show now, which we generally can call back on boozing. But at the end of the day, it's a prostate problem where even from the time we made Australian, there were capable doctors like Dr. Koba Namobai, Salone district, who did this kind of operations almost on a routine basis, successfully. And I know there will be more doctors we can able to take care of something like this. But this young man has reached a point where something has to be done. So we try for expose in situation, and we need to encourage people that the district they when I try for reach the parliamentarian, whoever that the person where they represent them in the parliament, make it know about that, whatever means. These are the advantages of social media now. We will see something, we will spread around the world, let people and jump in and help. So I get one or two of my other friends them, where they do what you had to do so, where they put the word out, and I ask them, say, please, I don't know this young man, but I don't have to know him. And, he's a human being to start with, and he need the help, and he did thousands of miles from people like me. So please, when we're the Australian, or we get access to people in Australia, we get the means of access to good medical care. So please, when I try for contact this person, so we can play a video now. I think actually it's an audio with a picture at the background. So we can play an audio, and then we will comment by that. But if anybody get any comment or for call, please don't wait until the end of the show. Call anytime. Okay. Thank you. So I ask the control room for just play that video there. Now we'll start with.
Yeah, me fumble them. Una good evening, una afternoon. It depends on who say you dey in the world. Are they currently in a village where they call Martin Village, na Kabo Chiefdom, Moyamba District. I meet this young bobo where come meet we, he cry, say he gets sick with the monogram when at the hydrocin infection when he called boozing. This don't make he don't drop out of school, and he deal with in granny currently in mama and papa don't die. So he deal with in granny, this mommy now they take care of it now. The mommy back say in one day they drag go to then they eat and they get money for menam. So we they call on the government, NGOs, philanthropists, humanitarians, well-meaning Sierra Leoneans them for me them go come for help this bobo for menam so that in go continue school. The interesting part of this thing, the bobo say if in the help and the menam now he want go school and for become a doctor. Boys, what's in your name?
Name Hassan.
Hassan what's in?
Kamara.
Hassan Kamara. Granny, what's in your name? Mami Ema. Kamara. Who say you there? Martin Village. So how long this speaking this sit on day with now?
Papa, you don't say.
You don't say. So how you they feel when you see grandpicky where you don't let give so he suffer with this sickness?
Maybe where the pastor are not feel fine. The same.
The same. Okay.
The company they laugh am.
The company they laugh am. So if they come for come, somebody say they help for make them come, then go men. You ready for making me then women and so?
Yeah.
So like then the granny then give me two number them that. The guy that wouldn't get phone, I mean not get phone, but 2 man and they wouldn't near. Also they can even help and small for assistant with them small food and work. The number, the one person I name Mr. Charles Koma, a number na 078 10 99 38. 078 10 99 38. And the other second number na 078 55 53 8307. The other man are Moses Koroma. 078 53 8307. Now the number then this. In case anybody want for come can help this bobo. Now the contact then this. Now the granny this. The bobo really the shame he don't drop out of school. And not be one for make it pull am actually pull in trusses, but for make people then go believe say yes na reality, because if you put in close down so you know they able see am, right? If they really the mommy say if they even shame when they see in graphic, right? I know they even go school, if they shame in company they laugh am, then they look out for sorry heart people them. Now the district yeah, me fumble them. Una good evening, una
Hello. Well, I think maybe that's the end of the audio. So we listen. So for help this young man, it's kind of strange to me that it would seem to me the first thing, the people that will get telephone, when they give them telephone, I think people should be trained for think a certain way. Instead of appealing to people on social media, then people are first and foremost and for contact the dispenser or dispensary, meaning the health clinic na the area or na the nearest health clinic. They need for contact that clinic there and take this bobo go there. The second step for B, for try to find out who are them parliamentarian, who are them put in a parliament, way for them for bring this to your attention. For say this bobo need medical help. And that chiefdom they come out. And on that constituency day of this MP they come out. So the people need to do that. Before you even get to the outside wall, like I reach you could get local help in the area, you know. So then when I will get the telephone, I urge them to, then say, call, say, I try for help with this baba for go na clinic, you know. Then they not get for take the mommy from the baba or the baba from in granny. Because if you go to clinic, granny can do it. If they admit in hospital, granny can do it. I mean, there are a lot of things. So not for make it look like for say, oh, this again for can't take him grandpicking away from him. Not to say for B. It's no different from when you get your picking, you take and go to hospital. They're not take this picking from you. Secondly, we go see say if you go see the size of the picking in problem, and you realize say this dog go on since we're small, they not deserve that. And now the young man they express say he want to become a doctor because of this experience. We hope and pray say he will be able to get over this and he will use them as a teaching moment when he become where they on the road for being a doctor. For let people know what himself does see through it all go through in a young life. Then we also think say the next stage will be for being appeal to doctors then at the area because every district get doctors. Now this is not Moyamba district. One prominent name where I can give una right now, a prominent person at the current government is Mr. Emmanuel Ali. If I can remember that name, the name Mr. Emmanuel Ali, na Moyamba Komot, a very prominent person at the government. When I can call him and show this problem to him, a good man, I think say he go try for help because I just see where they express concerns about other things them we're not even as grave as this. So the name na Mr. Emmanuel Ali, Moyamba Ekomoche, be there America ya, na man we understand what being helpful is all about. So when I try for reach him, I don't know the position where he hold in the current government, but he works with the current government. So when I search for that name, they ask for that name, they and try for reach him, particularly himself na Moyamba person. So I don't see any reason why you not go try for give about the right direction because he always showed interest. He can send video to we about a lot of things we go on in the country, we cast the country in a positive light. So please, when I see the boy in condition, this is terrible, this is awful. And so we hope when I go try for help. Thank you. And we say we'll try for contact other people. Me personally, I'll try, and I go try for get somebody for reach them. And we'll try for follow up on this story. So, and we show every now and then when we see situations like this, it's not all about politics. We try for what because now human beings we are primarily concerned about. So when we see that kind of story, we can bring them up, let people them see, say that there are lots of problems beyond just other things then like politics. Okay, so thank you very much. And we'll go move to the next issue where we want to talk about. The other thing is we see another thing with the trend. Now, this is not the main topic now, but something where the trend we found we're in at the news quite a bit. We say recently, maybe just a few days ago, the mayor of Freetown was on her way out of the country, which one or two people are going to go with him on government business. Then at Lunge Airport, unknown or without what you will call prior knowledge, just before they board the plane, they announced that the PA system say they want for talk to one of the city council man, they will be to go with them. And then when the man answered to the call, he was detained, arrested. The word is that in travel Lincoln with the demonstration will take place August 10th this year. Well, linking somebody with that is for me not sufficient because people who demonstrated were exercising a constitutional right to demonstrate. Where, of course, it's quite a distinction from if you go begin involved in vandalism or commit crime. So, but then say he was, whatever that means, he was involved or participate in the August 10 situation. But of course, the mayor say in city councilman deny having anything to do with any demonstration on August 10th. But of course, we want to let we hear the video. I think this is a video of protest by the mayor because she was shocked and appalled by what happened. So I go ask the control room for show the video and play it for we. Then we will make comments. And anybody will get any question or get any question, any comment for make after the video is played, feel free to call in on the numbers that we dug you on earlier. Thanks.
Calm down. Okay, this is Yvonne Aki-Sawyer, Mayor of Freetown. Adina Lunge. I was just about to board a flight with my counselor, Councillor Sheku Toure. We're going to the UN meetings. He gets a message over the tannoy saying he needed immigration. I didn't think anything of it. I continue with me walk, nadi place day. Only for a half an hour later to receive a call to say he's been arrested. Arrested. He's been moving around this whole city where no one is aware of a warrant for his arrest. Why 15 minutes before he gets on a plane is he arrested? Is this how we operate in Sierra Leone now? Is this how we operate in Sierra Leone now? I am here with the police. I am going to ask why my counselor is not being allowed to come on this flight. I believe he should be on this flight. I was earlier on the phone with young people, speaking about young people who are arrested at Maffa Field. I don't understand what is happening in this country right now. As I said, I wanted the world to know this because this is unacceptable. He has been moving around. We've been here, we've checked in, and then somewhere, somehow, all of a sudden we get a call and he gets arrested and I'm supposed to miss the flight to New York? What is going on? I'm back in the airport, and I'm here without Councillor Ice-T. My flight is boarding, our flight is boarding, and I'm having to get on without him. And I am definitely concerned about the closure of the democratic space in my country. I am definitely concerned that there isn't a warrant, that there wasn't any notice that Ice-T, my counselor, I know because we've had discussions, had absolutely nothing to do with anything. He's been told he's being held in relation to 10th of August demonstrations, but the counselor has nothing to do with it, and today is the 19th, 18th, 17th of September. Why would this be done? Why would he be at the airport? He's been in his community, about to board a flight, be called to immigration, only to have him arrested, and arrested without a warrant? Arrested without a warrant? I'm actually exhausted by what is going on. I am the mayor of Freetown. I'm here to do my job. I don't feel that we should be in a situation where people are afraid to move, to speak, to travel. I'm not afraid to speak because I know I'm speaking the truth. This is wrong.
Okay. I presume that's the end of that video there. So this is another latest development. I am not sure, but we have to take the mayor at in words that what she is alleging on the video is what transpired. She is accusing the authorities of abuse of power. That's me on paraphrasing of what he said. They accuse the government of abuse of power. They accuse the government of acting outside the law. In fact, he's accusing a certain group or groups of people to whom there's an appearance of delegation of authority, state authority, that they arrest this man without a warrant, which is outside the rule of law. So she's raising issues. And when we see them here, it concerns us because it keeps telling us we are not moving forward. We are moving backwards. And this trend cannot continue. We have to have leadership. We have to have people in the position of authority. We really care about the image of the country. But not only that, we care about the rule of law. Because how long can we operate in this manner of not for just break down all the infrastructure that we will get in running a good government? And we all know say no government can be run efficiently without actually embracing the rule of law. And embracing the rule of law means for treat people them right, not for torture people, not for unlawfully detain people just because you're in a government because you get power, for comply with the constitution of the country, for give people and the rights what the constitution guarantee them. Unfortunately, in our own country, the judicial side, the other arm of the government has been so dismantled that people don't go to the arm they way for really call the shots and tell people and say, no, you can't do that. Few weeks ago, I talked about the weaponization of the police. I will assume this detention or arrest was done by the police. And what may have happened, someone saw the city councilman, we know him, probably just arbitrarily call the police and say, councilman such and such is about to travel. And then the government arbitrarily say, arrest him, detain him. Well, you see, I'm not sure if this is what government should be all about, to just misuse power, for misapply power, for falsely or accuse people without evidence, or falsely or baselessly accuse people. I mean, it's good to do when you are in power, but you are hurting the country because you're not moving the country forward. We have to look back and see 61 years of independence or more. Okay? We have destroyed every infrastructure where the white man left Giwi. From education to the civil service, to the judicial system, to the politics. We will not improve the politics. We just destroy more and more and more. But this kind of pattern get a breaking point. Because if we're not interested in trying to move the country up, now for just get even with each other, now for just get an opportunity for enrich ourselves, which without a doubt, a large percentage of the politicians, that's all they're interested in, not the country, not the people. It's a quick means to make money or forget contact, because this kind of thing should not be allowed to happen. And you cannot detain and prevent somebody from traveling and just say get connection with the August 10th. Well, the August 10th incident, some bad things that happened, but I mean, people who demonstrated lawfully do so within the law. You know, if you don't get any evidence that they were violent, why is it that if in fact someone was out there on the street demonstrating, that should be held against the person? You know? So this is really troubling. And we think, say, and my main concern has always been, as I always say, we need for stop for weaponize the police. Without train with police, them going way back to the days of Sir Albert Magai, was when the police will begin to involve the police them into arresting political opponents, into harassing political opponents, and there's been another secret police sort of for the party, particularly in power of the day. So, and that has not changed. Shaka Stephen Khan, he even raised the antics for doing that. Use the police, misuse, because I would call that misuse, not even using the police, for all the wrong reasons, except the good reasons. Then, to me, the only time when that was not that much used was during the time of President Kabah. But this has become part and parcel of a political process. And it's dangerous because the thing what the police for they do for enforce the law in terms of what is pronounced at the courthouse, and the authorities then will get the power for give orders. Now the whole judiciary is bypassed, meaning they're not to go to the judiciary. You just pick up phone and call a police chief, and someone loses his right. Someone is picked up. Someone is even deprived, even when detained, from being interviewed or seen by a lawyer, you know, and someone is being removed from the jurisdiction. So I'm not sure. The one that weighed in a power, I don't even know. Well, of course, there are a lot of people in power who don't even understand the essence of government. Like I say, some of we are in power because of the power and because we want to get money quick and go do what you want to do. Very few. The very minute number of people really are into politics because they want to see Sierra Leone as a better place for everybody. You see? Because if that's the case, we must respect the rule of law. We cannot allow, government can't be talking about people who demonstrated and became violent, which was wrong. The government cannot be condemning those people, but you're allowing the government itself practicing what you condemn by just picking up somebody at random and making wide allegation against the person, nothing specific, you know? So I am saying this in the interest of the country. I'm not putting this blame only on this existing government. It's just become a pattern of all the governments for misuse the police in that fashion. And nobody seems to be taking the lead in terms of doing the right thing for help the country. So it's almost like we are racing to the bottom, where one government come, then do wrong. Another government say, well, we can do better wrong than that. So let me show you what you yourself can do. I give you a good example. And there are a lot of things within the governmental structure that I always condemn. For example, when the APC was in power, they add 2 more districts to the system. Everybody knows that was totally unnecessary. It was uncalled for. It was not helpful. It not moved the country forward. It was done purely for political gain, but at no advantage to the people or in the general interest of the country. You know, then before APC came to power, when Kababide then come up with this Local Government Act, which to this day I continue to say is a useless act. It serves no useful purpose. It was totally unnecessary. So now one of the downside of the I don't know if it's Kabah your motive why they allowed that, because the city councils and the district councils were being run efficiently. Instead of we improve the system or make the system even better, We politicize the city and the district councils them, and now nobody can tell me or can convince me say progress has been made. So the Local Government Act serves no good purpose. It was purely created and passed for political gains by one party. And these kind of things are short-sighted because they do no good. Okay, then APC come, then do the new additional district. Then now the BO government come up with midterm census. So nobody is moving in the right direction. I don't see anything that would have been wrong if the BO government had in fact scrapped the 2 additional districts where APC had. They could have done that for the good of the country, but they didn't do that. They just come up with their own thing with the census, you know. So where are we going with this kind of governance? This is the thing I do not understand. And supposedly, we get all these high academic honors with all the best degrees in the world, who have attended the best schools in the world, but they are not putting their education into productive use. You know, we not to see the difference. We forefathers them. We not be go college because during the days of the Albert Magai regime, the highest degree holder, I think, was like D.L. Sumner, who had a bachelor's degree, Michael Salone. You never get to command them. But things were being run efficiently, very well. And yet now we get all these triple PhDs, quadruple PhDs. We're seeing almost zero in returns. And these guys don't seem to care about their image. Or say, hey, look, it doesn't tell well. And we get all these high-sounding degrees there, but we're losing ground, So these kind of things, some of we for to call them out. I know, say people then resist criticism. People don't like to be criticized when you tell them, when you point anything out. Some man will say, oh, you're there against the government. But this is just common practice, whereas the degree holders, they are not really serving the country well because they inject too much politics, were counterproductive to progress. So we say all in here only for if when I think says somebody has committed a crime, like the councilman, just don't wait until he gets ready to travel and he's never been accused of such. Then at the airport last moment, when I just use extraordinary power for detain him, and still maybe as I speak, he has not been charged with any crime. Well, where is this going to take us? It's not going to take us anywhere. So, but people that need to know, say no political party comes to power forever. So is this just going to be the trend where one party can prove to the other party how it can help destroy the system, then the party will emit the power? Or should we get to the system in such a way that will first start to improve the country? I always like to remind people, in our lifetime, not too long ago, when Ghana had dropped so fast to the bottom that Ghanaians, them, Sierra Leone and surrounding countries, them, they come, forget almost everything we they need. Not too long ago, and then they get a political leader, we say that's not right for any country. And the same Ghana now, where they talk about every little thing, even medical problem was safe for run to. So it's not like we're incapable of doing the right thing. It's not like we're incapable of lifting with people then. But for whatever reason, we have chosen to go the other direction. It's not so much helping the country. It's not so much helping the people. It's a matter of helping a handful of people. And then use the majority for fight against each other under the guise of either tribalism or party politics. And like I keep telling people, I have long ago risen above party politics. I don't have but contempt for the two major political parties, so may not belong in that stratosphere there, because they are one and the same, as I always say. But if we begin to address issues on the national level, regardless of which party they in power, because wrong is wrong. I mean, wrong come in one form only. Incompetence come in one form, you know. So me no know whether something for be wrong if na SPP before we admit say it's wrong. I don't know whether something for be wrong if na APC before we agree say it for be wrong. Or I don't know if wrong look different to APC than it look to SPP. Well, I'm fortunate that I see wrong in one form. I know the same from the perspective of APC or SPP. You know, I just think, say, when we get to that point today, otherwise we'll all pay the price because it's getting worse from generation to generation. We on generation in Sierra Leone, you know, was much better than the existing generation now and the generation working after we, before the one that now. So it can't, that trend, we can't keep them going. We really have to do better. So me appeal, again, like I always bring up the Kamarimba detention. This is just not right. I do not know Kamarimba, but I'm a lawyer. I believe in the law. I believe in the dictates of the Constitution. I believe in individual right of free speech and association. There are a lot of things that I believe in. And I not only believe in that, I want to see that practice. But when you arrest a man, when I accuse him of sex crime, when not according to the presumption of innocence, and even when a judge grants him bail, there is talk of instruction from higher up. What could be higher than the courts in that respect about bail being granted? Instruction shouldn't come from anywhere. It shouldn't come from anywhere detained the person. Because otherwise, it's a matter of time. Party could change, government could change, then the other government they will show worse display of disorderliness than the current government is showing. But if this is what we think, say, we for the do to ourselves, and we not for build the nation, both in terms of good governance and other things that were associated with that, but for just use them as a weapon for oppress and suppress and boldly steal without accountability. If we say that the purpose, if we think that the purpose of us just being into power, well, more power to us. But we're racing fast to the bottom. All other countries are leading us, even a small country like Gambia. And we don't seem to be concerned about that, you know? But so this arrest of and we always encourage the government, if anything is said on this network that is untrue or that gives the wrong message meaning is based on truth, please, when I send a representative for come and defend the position on our position and explain. So we always welcome the other side. The trouble we don't get, we can try for interview and encourage the other side, but they seem so reluctant to take interviews. And this is the other thing I don't understand. These guys are highly, highly academically qualified. What is the fear based on? Many things a man will learn book for be afraid for take interview, because that confidence you book or your education they give you. So you for be willing for answer a question anytime and defend yourself, you know? So, but you can't get them to take interviews. So sometimes, and then these videos come out, you don't even see rebuttal videos. Meaning videos then where you go deny then video day. Of course, not only deny, if you deny, you for denying based on facts. You just can't deny for the sake of, if you slap somebody, then the person put a video when you be the slapper. You just can't say I'm not slapper. That's what I can rebuttal. They made the talk about. Made the talk about where you go show video for say that was not you or that was not a slap, something to that effect. But so we are hurting ourselves, we are hurting the country, and people like me, I have no political aspiration, not in Sierra Leone, not anywhere in the world. But I know what lies ahead for the country if we treat the country right. Life could be a whole lot better. Things could be a whole lot better, you know, and there will be happy days for people. And even the politicians who are motivated by greed, then life could be better for them. But this kind of thing, what would do so now, is destructive. Now, I will be, if I now comment on the fact that, and I'm not trying to take position, but I never could understand what is this thing with the mayor and the central government. Why is the central government so bent on obstructing our every step on the way? Why? When the mayoral position in the city council is now part of the central government, because if the mayor does her work good, I mean, I don't even understand. Maybe I'm missing so many things. I'm sure the mayor may not know whether there's a term limit or whether there's no term limit. But either way, if you don't want the mayor, well, I just campaign and point out the things that we not to do right. And then when I can able pull and they because people are not go vote for her. And the thing about Freetown, a metropolitan area. And the mayor, as far as I know, are Creole. Creoles are not the majority, you know? So when I can pull and they, if you know to do the work right. But on the other hand, if you do the right work, isn't that what we want? We want somebody we're capable, we trust, we smart enough for do it. Why try for pull and accommodate? And we have not seen one evidence of somebody coming up with better ideas. But we've seen massive evidence of people trying to impede or stop in progress. And when you stop the mayor in progress, look at the population of the area, how many people may they affect. So these are things then where people like me would see in a different light. Me not to see the mayor as APC or CPP, I see him as a mayor. You know, it wouldn't matter to me any other person we can, man or woman. If man or woman, if that mayor day, it is doing work, we for just make it keep it work. Okay, I understand. Say, in fact, the mayor serves a term, they serve term, 5-year term, the same as the president. Well, the only thing where I'm not sure of if now one term or she can run for re-election. But if we have a 5-year term, what is the problem? Why so much intrusion into work and the running of the government, you know? And so this is just so counterproductive. It's not helping the country at all, no? So, because we have rules, but the authorities don't seem to want to comply with the rules. The same thing when they condemn. I hear some people who they condemn when this August 10th thing take place. There were accusations, wildly, somehow. It's nice to say, or you say, oh, somebody be the try to overthrow the government. But all of that was nonsensical. Nobody can show any active attempt for militarily. How do you overthrow a government as a civilian? You know, and there is no evidence of any conspiracy in the military or in the police. So, but the very argument where the government make is that, look, we get time over the South. If we don't like the government, when I wait till time come, when I vote the government out. But isn't the same thing true for the mayor? Then I do a job, and then when in 5 years come, whoever want to run against them, you can go to the public and tell the public how she's been a terrible mayor because they do certain things and point out the things they way before do or not do. But I do not understand all this obstructionist behavior on the part of well-educated people who should know better. And then, so when people can talk about, Mama Salone, people don't just use an inference and they don't care about Mama Salone. then behavior not consistent with which in the type of pride, and they undermine every effort, every attempt at progress. So those are some of the things that we need to try to tell people and say, we need for stop. We need for stop because in the help way, it really put to country being. And me just try for plead with people and say, please, let we try for show better love for the country. Because again, finally, I will leave this topic. The arrest of the city councilman, you ask yourself the question that we want to travel with the mayor. Was it necessary that he be arrested at that time on that date? Was it just simply a political move? And was the arrest legal? Because the mayor in video emphasized the fact that there was no warrant. And by law, unless there is an emergency where somebody just commits a crime and try to flee, you can arrest them without a warrant, accusing him of something that took place over a month ago, of which he's never been told until that moment they were fly out of the country. So we are really hurting the country. But again, maybe a lot of people shouldn't see government. Government is not there for do good. Government is there to do for a few. That's how some people see it. So maybe what you had to say is a waste of time. But I will hope more and more people begin to understand the nature of government, the purpose of government, and begin to serve government. Because when you serve government, government is service. Now like when you do charity, you go, some people they go there for less pay because then things they can get ideas and they can do stuff, So now that means one for make one know. Now, that said, let me move to another topic. We still haven't gotten to the main topic yet. Because sometimes then side topics they tend to fall through the crack. The other topic we want to talk about, we all know here, again, it's about the mayor. And this is bad. We all know here, over and over, when even one prominent person, they refer to the mayor as a thief. A prominent politician, Australian. And this is based on word going around that the mayor not only admit corruption, but she had paid back some money to the ACC. Well, we get this video where the mayor categorically, emphatically, they deny and say that's untrue. She never paid any money to anybody. She's never admitted taking any money corruptly, and she doesn't even know what they are talking about. And that the ACC, it doesn't make it clear to the ACC that she did not pay anything. And that never happened. Well, when we see a video like that from a government official, somebody as high as the mayor of Freetown, I think any government should be concerned. Who puts the word out there for, say, the mayor to go pay fines and admits guilt of corruption, where the mayor say it never happened? Who did it? Isn't it the government's interest to find out who? Do we want a government now where to put this information like propaganda out there? A government make that actively for put character assassination on people? Is that what has happened? Because the government didn't seem to care. But I want to play the video where the mayor was being interviewed, when she said over and over and over, say that was false. Ever admit that. So I will ask the control room, let you play that for we'll see.
Like they've done with the corruption, can't put smoke and say, oh, she has corruption charges. I have no corruption charges.
They say you don't pay.
I not pay nothing.
You don't know that pay?
I not pay nothing. And Lambert, I'll tell you, let's look at the other side of this. Lambert, wait a minute. I see you.
No, go. I've been just trying to read the statement where ACC say.
Before you read the statement, Mr. Siam, I see him when you see him. I see him when the press release come out. Oh. But you know what happened there? The same thing will happen with this. The same thing, a concerted media effort for paint me into a person I am not. You go through somebody where they work in a council. Look me. You don't ever come in my office?
No.
Look me office. Look the person in office. The person has an office in council, not a street we go pull them. She works in council day in, day out. The approval process, where it goes through before it travel, signed off by all the processes. The auditors say, in their view, we not get procedure, we match that.
Yeah.
The auditor, Seth, also raised this on page 434 in respect of the office of the First Lady. The auditor, because I talked to auditors afterwards, I'm also an auditor. In their view, audit report, not anti-corruption, there you go.
Okay.
This is a policy, a procedure point which should have been discussed at Parliament. They said, well, you go just explain that Parliament. We put our response. Our response as management was, we do have a policy, and our policy may not have been documented, but we go document them, because in the past, people then don't travel. We don't take Makitum and go City of Hall. We don't travel, we're disabled, and this happens every day.
So
why ACC, that's the interesting thing. So I see it in the same way as I see this. There is a determination, it seems, that Yvonne Aki-Sawyer must be maligned.
You don't know that pay this money at all? You don't ask ACC to know who pay on your behalf?
ACC call me and tell me, say, person pay, and then want for show me the press release. And I say, why? Now me pay. I don't tell them, I say, I'm not guilty.
Somebody go pay. You don't ask them for no that pay.
I tell them, say.
What is your name? Your name is your name.
Listen, no, but my name is, what I said to them is, my position remains the same. I not thief money. I not own money. Remember, I know say on the 2nd of August, ACC then call me and say, let me appear with Shorty. Shorty, you know what Shorty mean?
Dana, before them pay this money?
Yes. They call me. I mean, thankfully, I call me lawyers, and, my lawyers went and, said she's not coming. But I want to explain to you, Lambrana, how bizarre it is. How bizarre it is for less something way na audit procedural issue. When why, by the way, why parliaments are not able for discuss the audit? Now, did that conversation for happen? The very same thing. And no money, no loss.
SEC don't use audit reports and get people in for pay money back. They've done that. They've
but I believe there's something.
And they ask you to pay back.
I believe there's some, and my lawyers said, and I said I would not. I believe there's something called consistency of application. Go page 434. The exact same query was raised by the auditors. Why was that not investigated by the ACC?
Then go after you, then go after the First Lady back?
If they feel that this is actually a corruption allegation, then surely. Then I know it's not a corruption. I know if somebody travels and comes back and the travel is documented,
but like you said,
the travel is recorded.
That is not procedure not follow. And SEC say pay the money back.
The audit reports for go Parliament, and not to the first time this audit to go Parliament, and the MDA to be given the opportunity for let it explain to Parliament, which is what we expected would happen. We didn't think
so. These are mysterious payments. You
money
don't know
no loss. Money no loss. Lambert, listen, money no loss. On the contrary, the person will travel. Even today, as I talk to you, there are 3 people in London at London Fashion Week as a result of the work with this person had do on one of the trips. We got investments of over $4 million. So why would $14,000 spent, legitimately spent, they're not getting cash, they're not saying money, airfare, hotel, legitimately spent with me there, working morning and night, working hard to bring projects to Freetown.
If the audit report
because it's not the audit report, because the audit report process, we know, we don't know, is that when auditors then do audit report, the place who side the audit for go number 1 place now side to Parliament.
Yeah, Parliament be invite you, right?
No, that wasn't for the audit report.
Okay.
No.
But they invite you for money.
The Parliament invites me because they say me for go accounts for how donors donor the money where donors use. I mean. But then that I think,
Madam Mayor, ending on this.
No. I think I want for just come back to this, Lambrana.
You don't know that.
In spite of all the Parliament here, ACC yanda, don't forget we get special inquiry. 3 months in my office, distracting me from doing work. 8 people. at a cost, I'm told, of 274 million leones. I mean, the amount
the
of
Ministry
money.
of Local Government.
The
They don't make recommendation. You don't implement. You implement the recommendations and
we don't say we report back to the ministry. Let me give you a table. We say we write back, and we don't never acknowledge receipts.
So the MDA not the function. The
MDA function.
not the function.
Absolutely, MDA function. It's. I mean, so much of it we do. We and management together respond to the ministry. We really hope that we will get respond from them. We don't respond from April. Now, what's month really now? September.
Yeah, in September.
Yeah. So I mean, I think, Lambrana, there's one thing that's coming across. You spent a lot of time at the start of this interview. Yeah. You kept on harping on. Do I think my work is being stopped? Do I think there's enough collaboration? But one thing I definitely think is that there's been an inordinate amount of effort, it seems, and obviously I'm not going to point fingers at anyone.
I'm going to ask you definitely. If you know this, how you don't know that they do this? You don't know?
You don't say when punches they come at you.
Yeah, but you must
you
have one
always know whose side the punch then they come
You're
from.
a politician. You're not a person who gets foothold at the grassroots. You know a lot of things here. You've been.
You didn't speak for me.
No, what I'm saying.
I'm honored.
No, you've been.
I'm honored.
What I'm saying, you've been in politics. For you get elected as mayor, you must don't understand the political landscape now.
You know, sir, I come into this politics as a technocrat. Okay. I've really not been getting one idea about politics.
But you still know that's
right. The land fast.
All right. Well, fellows or listeners or participants, now when I see this interview too, one way you determine somebody incapability or competence is the ability for instantly respond to questions, unanticipated or even anticipated questions. Now, I like this gentleman in show what they call hot seats, because you have to go there prepared or know what you're talking about. Now, for we or everybody, whether see the mayor of Freetown in performance, you can't help but forgive and credit, and give her the credit where due as to the high degree of competence where they show. And it would seem to me, if we get just a handful of technocrats or even bureaucrats, we go show the level of competence with this woman to show. Let me digress a little bit. I see we're going to Parliament. Parliament themselves did not even understand why they called her to come and account for expenditures of which she was not supposed to have accounted, because they are talking about assistance or aids or grant given by donors. She had to go to Parliament and lecture them and tell them, say, listen, why ask me? I don't control the funds. I don't handle the funds. They don't come through me. The donors control their funds. But there was this eagerness for prosecutor, and use the word malign, that people don't even care about facts and truth. Parliamentarians, and sometimes even some press people. This is what is so appalling. Because you parliamentarians, if you don't invite the woman for an account, first of all, when I start off on the wrong foot, when I say, if I account for funds, then we get control over, to see, not going to do it. Now, I can teach them, for tell them, say, listen, donor funds are handled by them only, and so, get nothing to do with that. And when they try to educate them in the process, they felt so bad because she was giving them more information that they even wanted, that then begin to say, for stop her, for interrupt her, we say, no, I got more information I can give her. But don't ask me to account for funds that I have nothing to do with. The donors, they know say, by implication, she's saying, the donors, they know say we corrupt. So then they put the money in our hand. We, meaning we authorities, and people should understand, the very parliament The very parliament that we're sitting in now, not the European Union, and then the renovation for we not say need renovation, we not think say need improvement, we not think say need expansion since Sweden built in the 1950s, you know? And so I was not surprised when I see when in the interview now another display of incompetence. But everyone should be appalled about the fact that this woman, because we all believe say they don't go pay money, and why would they be so brazen as to say she went and paid money to the point of the ACC, according to her, trying to trick her into admitting, making a payment, what would be an admission of guilt. I mean, this is just, so these guys are not serious about running government. They're just playing. They take government like a play. Because you don't run government this way, okay? And then there is this even thing when they accuse women of corruption. That is stretching the definition of corruption. Because one legitimate defense of corruption would be an act in good faith. If you act in good faith, you make a mistake in judgment, but a genuine mistake, and money was spent for the wrong reason, okay? If you can prove where it went and why it went that place, you cannot call that corruption, you know? Yeah. So you look over, say, the ACC, the grasp for straws now. And then if you now take to task, what would they talk about serious issues? We want to go after a mayor for $14,000 spent on not someone, not on herself, not on deliberate misappropriation, but someone who I disagree with them with, wait and say, this is the person who pay, and here is why we pay, and what did this person do for we? We spend $14,000, we get $4 million back in return. And the powers to be, they say, forget about the $4 million we'll get back. But that person, they will get the $14,000 will not follow the right procedure. Therefore, when I have to pay the money back. I'm not even so sure, I don't know what's in the regulation, but I guarantee you, I don't think part of the penalty is if you can show how the money was spent and it was spent in good faith, you know, that you personally will have to pay the money back when I can show how the money was spent. And it's not a bad faith on the part of the authorities. Why would they even want, after getting a huge dividend of $4 million on a $14,000 investment, okay, you turn around and say the $14,000 was not spent through the appropriate procedure, therefore return all the $14,000. Well, if you stretch that logic there, then this person will then spend the $14,000 on, will bring $4 million. So the $4 million for go back to the source. But Salone cannot get what you would call unjust enrichment by getting $4 million out of $14,000 and then demand the $14,000 back to be paid by not somebody who get the money, but someone who paid the money. So this is all beginning to boil down to ridiculousness. As if we are not running a government, we are just playing like kids in the backyard, playing government. I remember when we were in high school, we used to, on some Saturdays in a boarding school, we can go begin to pretend for play courtroom and judge and lawyer, this kind of thing. It seems to me is the kind of thing where the government is really engaged in. And the ACC should be ashamed of itself for analyze this kind of thing. They embark on harassing a dedicated civil servant for whatever reason. And again, I am one person who is taking the position, and I would love, because there are a lot of smart lawyers in Sierra Leone, and there are a lot of smart lawyers who have held that position of ACC commissioner. I welcome their disagreement with me. I think the office is useless. It's a useless office because how did we come up with ACC to start with? Because the Western nation and dictates to we say we should have such an office to fight corruption. They don't have ACC offices in England, in Australia, in Canada, in America, but for some reason they devised this office for we. Well, what's not the purpose of having the criminal division of the Attorney General's office? What are the purpose of us having the police if we need an ACC, anti-corruption? And now more and more and more, with the proof say the office is worthless, is useless, it's unnecessary, it's a waste of funding and funds. We can do better without it. The Australian was run when the ACC office did not exist, and it was run very well in the early years. Corruption was dealt with. People were prosecuted. People who were entrusted with public funds, who spent it personally, some of them went to jail. Okay, there was no ACC office. And now we've seen what the ACC office is capable of doing. They haven't brought back any meaningful amount to the government. They've just been playing around. Again, so the lack of seriousness on the part of then government agencies here. And the insult to the intelligence of the people, because that's what it looks like, as if people don't have any degree of intelligence. All that one day is just so disturbing. And last but not least,
I couldn't find a contact named you now. Who do you want?
Okay, they may also say, for example, there was no loss of money. Okay, there was no loss of money. No loss of money was reported. So why are they investigating and trying to tell this woman to pay back $14,000 that was never reported missing? That's another thing. Okay, and it's a good thing. She said, you see, the legal system is still good for something, because she contacting lawyers and say, not even bother for show up. We go show up if the need arises. So the system is good for something. It's not altogether useless or hopeless, And also, the last but not least, the effort of the mayor coming back and saying, I did not pay anything. So ACC keeps saying, first of all, when I call her, when I say, get a surety, she said, what for? They call a lawyer then. So when that trickery they not succeed, somehow they still put in the media say, oh, she paid money. That's a bold-faced lie. That's very brazen. And I don't think people should be allowed to do that. If the system was really working, she may have legal action against certain people, because that's malicious, that's slanderous, that's intended to malign the person in good name, but the system is what it is. But all that said, these are things that will me like for bring to the attention of people and let them understand, for say, there's a whole lot going wrong in the country. Some of us, we know a little better. Can't just sit by and let things like that when they go. Okay? So, please. Now, I think the mayor had made a refusal, and sometimes not took care for addressing issues of the First Lady only because she is not I don't consider her part of the government. I just consider her part the president in West. But I would have wished she didn't say anything when the mayor they rejected, because she only cited an example. Say, if I use money for certain things, for purchases, in a way, then when I treat everybody consistently. So the First Lady too, they all use money in a way, in the same manner. Why is that not being Why isn't she being asked to return some money? But so we can play the first lady in for see what he to say. Then we can comment on that. Hi, Ms. Fadima. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is a quick message I want to send to we Freetown City Mayor Akisoya. You know, when they say women and they support one another and women then a pull down syndrome for one another, this is a classic act. Mayor, today I see you interview. I don't know if not today you do one, but not today me get the privilege for see you interview. When they go interview you about UN anti-corruption, you make reference of me for say I do the same thing. No, la educate you, ma'am. I not do the same thing. Everything I do in this country, I know say I am under an institution called the Office of the President. I know they ever do anything without an approval sick by myself to the Office of the President. Even when I want for travel, I dey make sure say I seek an approval from them. Unless they approve it, I don't go. You now mayor, you get a minister when now you supervise the minister, local government. When have you ever, when you don't ever travel, you tell your minister of local government? When you don't ever, even the council where you do run, when you don't ever sit down, even with your deputy, for tell us I dey travel. When? You know, I know they interfere in how you run your institution because it's none of my business. But making reference to me, I think that one is my business. Everything way I don't do in this country, I don't do nothing way other first lady they not do before me. Every other first lady way come before me, they mean they travel. Them first ladies then they mean they get funding for them project them under the government of this country. So I don't do nothing. We for say na new thing. The only thing where I don't do we new, at least I deliver. Everything where I don't put my mind and my heart and my soul for, I make sure say I deliver and serve my people. And I don't make myself an aristocrat first lady. No, I did down with me people then. That is what I have done differently. So please, if you say you're a mayor and you want to make a difference, make a positive difference. When they don't catch you, if they don't catch you, all you need for say is, Sierra Leone, I lied to you, I am sorry, I've been taken, but I don't pay. Then you don't solve the problem. Why you don't call me name by your business? What's it make it for do with you and Freetown City Council? Why make reference to me for something where you know say you're only doing that out of your political gain? Please, not only you get for compete against, so now gentle you get for compete against. So please, find your match. I am the first lady, you are a mayor. Now two different titles in that one day. Thank you so much. And I still love you. I know they fight you. So please, Lord just, know who belong here. You are APC, I am SLP.
All right, we get callers, but Ms. Fadima, if you get any comment, can you make it before I take?
Yeah, people. Good afternoon, me viewers, family. As always, it's a Sunday, and today it's a Sunday, and today the 10th of September, 2022. You know, it's always something to talk about in Sierra Leone on social media, and it's getting hotter and hotter and worse and worse and worse every day. But let me take the people in force because this issue here, you know, I hear Mr. Shilom they say, and thank you so much, sir, for holding down. You know, I try for my mental health, for keep myself together, but I come when I feel say able to come. And we see with first lady with the yelling with first lady we see this drama unfolding with the mayor, and then we don't see the councilman 15 minutes prior to going on board. It is like, well, I give the people a chance first, then me go come with waiting me they see and waiting me think about all that's going on. And you know, as Sierra Leoneans, some things that we do, because now we camp they do we cheer on, because now we people then they do to the inflicting to other people humiliation, pain, or whatever it is, we cheer on because we think it is okay. But yet we say we love our country and we love our people and we love reserve. But let me go to the caller then first because they're more important past me because this is not the voice of Sierra Leone and everybody in voice matter, everybody in opinion matter as long as we know and respectfully. We all know go day one side, but once we all respect one another and able for accommodate one another and so life get for this. So let's go to the caller then Mr. Shilun sir. Then I will come back to what you just so.
Okay, hello caller. What's your name and where you call from? Hello caller. What's your name and where you call from?
Still the call calling from Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah, thank you very much for calling. Yeah, go ahead and state your position.
So, I've been listening to the show. First off, thinking
Excuse
about
me. May I
the.
interrupt you a minute? You get a system on, like your radio or TV day on. Can you turn it down?
I have nothing on.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually have nothing on. Anyway, so about the arrest of the city councillor that was accompanying the mayor. Um, it's funny, now Salone we get for leftist double standard business. Now here we sit down where we see an entire first lady go say, then for chap people man them, tax them. Now here we sit down where an entire resident minister go talk about people them, mama them go wear black for them. Now here we sit down where we see an elected party official to map. Now restaurants the doc say anybody will oppose the election process. He did the death sign, meaning that they're automatically dead. If they are opposed, you're automatically dead. And nobody saw that as provocative comments. Nobody saw that as inciting violence and what have you. The third councillor was in a meeting where he voiced his personal opinion and said, Madam Mayor, you are, you're of a different style, of a different way of doing. We are different. We cannot always follow because this is allegedly the reason why he was arrested. Now, this person has been in Freetown, has been doing his work this entire time. We did not see fit to arrest him. We did not see fit to issue a warrant of arrest and arrest him the proper way. But you wait 15 minutes until boarding an international flight to represent your country. Remember, he's not going there to represent himself. He was going there to represent the green, white, and blue. And then we decide to make, a scandal because basically this is a scandal. You decide to be an idiot, idiotic action. You arrest a person 15 minutes before boarding flight. You call him and said he's needed by immigration. Everybody knows that you do not clear immigration. If there's an issue, you do not clear immigration, which means he was on the other side. He had cleared immigration. He was good to go. All that he was waiting for was the flight to be announced and say we start boarding. And then you decide to create. This is the thing these people don't understand sometimes. These actions, these are repetitive actions, actually, leaves a stain on the green, white, and blue. You think you are actually, perpetrating injustice against someone, but at the end of the day, your action leaves a stain on the nation, not just on the individual or the political party that you think, you are holding an hostage or you are holding at ransom. And also, I mean, this thing is ridiculous. And then going to the ACC. Mr. Shilon, sir, you're a lawyer, and correct me if I am wrong. If the ACC, him as a lawyer, him as a head of an institution, go and put such thing out, they are claiming that the mayor made payments for something, that the mayor has come out and overtly declared that she has no business to do with that payment and that she did not pay a penny. Is that not perjury, sir? Is that not perjury? Is that not lying? Why would the head of an institution decide to commit perjury? Should he not be held in contempt? Has he not have breached the law, sir? Has he not have breached the law? What kind of, Mr. Kagwe, you're going to have to give me some time to explain myself and express myself here. This is nonsense. And then you have a first lady who has, who has the guts to sit. The mayor can place, we can go back and trace 30 years of work experience from the mayor, 30 years of international work experience from the mayor. Okay? And this is excluding a 4.5 years of being, elected as a mayor. What can we trace of you as a first lady for 30 years of work contributing to the international community as well as Sierra Leone? You sit there and you say, she is not your mate. Absolutely, she is not your mate, because you know it is Katakumbe get different. Katakumbe get different. You see the difference between Katakumbe, okay? So here she is.
VOS network. Caller, please hold on. I will make you the message away. Thank you.
We gotta cut it off. I'm caller. Please, caller. Can we watch with language? Even though we know our people in the field, but please, we cannot use those kind of words here. We can use it on social media, but this is a platform where we don't agree. Say we go respect people. Them, even if they call somebody, you cannot use such whatever. There are better words to use and there are better words to say. We cannot have that. Thank you. Katakumbe is not a good word, please. Let me find another adjective. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, at the end of the day, whatever happens is that there are clear differences. There are clear differences. Now, you say I cannot use the word Katakumbe, but people have used worse words. People have used worse words.
This is let me make this clear. Yeah, let me make this clear here. This platform, you can do on outside VOS, but this platform here does not tolerate one of the rules. We cannot call people that kind low life name day. We know they try for a put. We can talk with point across. We can do our points across, but we cannot use the Katakumbe word. And I know how they feel, but let me just use a better adjective for go ahead, please. Go ahead. I know how you feel, I understand how you feel, but let us use a better adjective. Just for protect the station. Lord, use a better adjective, please. Sorry. Thank you. Go ahead, finish your thoughts so we can go to the next caller, please. Hello? Okay, we lost the caller.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, caller, for saying, not for saying I won't come at you, but we just know we don't want to use that language there because, for the sake of VOS and VOS platform, we try for keep them a little bit professional. We can use it outside VOS. We can say what you want to say outside VOS. But what they are, so we get to be careful and represent VOS. That's all I'm trying to say. No hard feelings. I'm sorry, but no hard feelings. That's all I'm trying to say. Go ahead, Mr. Sheila.
Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name?
Go
Where
ahead.
side you call
What's
from?
up?
Good evening again. This is Freddie Mustafa from Leicester.
All right,
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mustafa.
me,
Welcome.
yes, I get a concern about Sylvia Blyden in this country because as I always they say, Sierra Leoneans we sometimes we miss the point where some of the main points that are happening. Nobody's asking questions. How all of a sudden Sylvia Blyden they defend either the first lady or the presidency, where it so called belong to the opposition. When last this woman talk about the problems of the opposition, how to defend them, their rights, how for they can move forward or for let them win back power. Because I dey talk this woman don't go 2 holidays then now, win a long holiday. From the time we say he refer to his small sister again, he don't go too long holiday them. He dey abroad, he come out England, he go America, he did there, he go Switzerland. These are expensive holidays. These are expensive, very, very expensive trips. And now, look what happened. Where the mayor and the first lady get a problem, I mean, get an issue, because me, I see, I'm say, it's still the justice system within that country. Other people, they do something, they get away with it, the other people cannot, like the first lady and the mayor here. Uh, this lady come again, they can't just talk about the good things of what the first lady say. Now they talk about the first lady, they go now United Kingdom, can represent the country. What about the vice president? And if they sit down, you say in opposition, they even say this not wrongdoing. They say they elect a vice president. In the case where the president not get chance, now the vice president they take over the duties. And you they sit down, they dance about that. Only question, see, if Biden must be getting money from these people because these trips are too expensive. The recent one we make so, not the past 2 months abroad. Come Switzerland, go England, go America. I don't know if you don't return. This is the thing that is where I always say because we always accountability not they how somebody they get money, how they check that person they. These are all things then for inquiry to. Because if they inquire into this person, then go, it could be maybe a vibrant opposition person, they put them on track for let you do your job. But maybe they don't compromise them, make it did this way. Because everybody they see wrongdoing in the country, like they talk about. They know they talk about like the gas done, they talk about first lady, they do the vice president who they elect wrongly, if they go dance for first lady. All of these things to me, they are concerned that we get for the question this lady who side they put the money, how they check because I look at the other way, they're not going to ask them because anti-corruption is say they talk something for the government, so it's fine. Because nowadays our audios are mostly shared in opposition platform and government platforms instead of the who side belong, who side is so called belong, and this kind of thing. Me, I just not concerned I get this week where I don't need more and me say, wait a minute, this lady, this holidays, these are expensive holidays. Expensive holidays for come. You don't get work now. You can't live in that country. They are way expensive. You live here for months. Anyway, now before going down there, I don't know if I get chance again. I will call back later. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time as always. Let's go to the next caller. Hello, caller. What's your name and which side you call from? Hello, caller. Caller, what's your name and which side you call from?
Name na CS1 boy call from Maryland, USA.
All right, sir. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, and just want to give some comments on what's in the topic on the floor. And but mayor and first lady and mayor, now the only lady that the woman in a salon, who can look forward to, who has this all smile. So they give comfort for say meet people and day, and headache people and day na salon. That woman there, now by right, that people and think of better. And that woman there will be thinking that she like to be a leader of Salone or be the president of Salone. But you can't decide that woman. That woman is good, heavy work there. The woman get contacted. They get people now want that alone. Get contacted. And besides, if you the woman, because of woman in contact the way it gets, by now they could arrest her. Because for the very time that demonstration happened, the government, the party, they not focus for in the opposition, but they not focus for. But the only reason is not arrest her, and just because they know the international committee is illegal, because they know they do heavy work and they get contacted. And that's we can go and bypass around and go arrest all the people around. But for the first lady, of course, no answer because if they go every other day in their house and nobody know the auditor, that woman don't go out. It don't go out to money. We spend 80,000 and bring 4 million. Why they don't even ask that woman this? That woman they bring money, the government they pull the money in her house. You know, every other day the president they out, president they out, and spend money can go out. That woman they spend small money and bring boku income. So why on earth they want to vote at Japan? Other than opposition leader, either an opposition, but they're supposed to do good for the country. Most times the opposition and the government and then try to hide. But that woman is doing extremely well. I mean, they try out of they harass her all kinds of ways. If you allow me to do your work, you know. But it's still, in other people, they cannot just give up, they resign or, you know. Anything they do, they look at it's all about harassing. I mean, Salone, let's stop, man, let's stop. Go and hunt this lady, go and hunt the lady. You know, how you going to plan for travel? That man don't did it for all along for no arrest her. But no worries about it, so nothing. Just went about plane, not go arrest the guy. Not for the guy they want, but in the lady they want. You know, go to look at that for all I don't say there. So all I ask right, all work out to jump for them. I make it no arrest her. You know? But I mean, I'm not pray for this country. Don't pray for this country. Then people there now hope for how they pray God for let and be leader at Salone. Who forget like they one dozen at Salone to better. You know, but you don't stop out the government. The government just, I mean, that's a holy that just like that Trump nobody can say. You know, so just sorry. I mean, it's too sorry. I mean, yeah, that's okay, boss.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your call. Stay tuned. Hello, caller. What's your name? Who's you call from? Okay, we've lost this caller. Let we go back to the comments of the few people and we comment or the callers that we call. So I'll go ask Ms. Fadima let go first, then I go.
Thank you. And thank you to all the callers. Everybody don't make them concern. Everybody don't talk them stuff. You know, in life we all see things different, but we forget the courage for call wrong way wrong day. We forget the courage for see something we're not right, or for see something where they set we up to the path of destruction.
Yes, caller, we won't allow them for do them comments and then we'll bring you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, caller. Sorry. Thank you. We watch every day this drama they unfold for 4 years now. We watch this drama they unfold, and when President Bill come, he say accountability, transparency, human capital, whatever, all this hype. We will plug all the holes. We go take out the people them we corrupt. We go do all this and all. And before that, they don't set up ACC. He put a new ACC boss. And when I not say we're not one of the first people that will be interview Ben Kelfala. And the first time when Ben Kelfala come on the platform, I was impressed. I had hope. As a Sierra Leonean, as a progressive Sierra Leonean, say, we don't get somebody who can do this. But one of we anchor them, one of we presenter the Naya, Madam Matilda, where we do the after review show. And Madam Matilda cautioned he said, are you sure? He said, because, what you mean they see a different thing? He said, because, kind of like, she made a comment, but I was optimistic about this ACC boss Ben Kelfala. I was so optimistic because I was like, okay, we'll go get somebody with fear, he young, he progressive, na Renaissance man, and they think for Salone for go before, and not go mix man party business. And I remember me specifically asking Ben Kelfala, if you get orders from above, because we don't see other people that are getting corrupted in the system, that are getting caught up in the system, and they do go by orders from above, they're not able to do their work. He said nothing, not for stop them for they able doing work. He said the only person where he not go after now the president, because the constitution of Sierra Leone protects the president while he is in office. That's what the answer where he give it. He said he protects the president while he in office.
Looks like Ms. Fatima
so then,
froze.
we come again now.
Hello.
So Mr. Shillon, we don't join with them 10 day.
Hello.
Okay, we okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry me people them for that slight interruption. We had a glitch over here. So we see the ACC boss scam the second time the ACC boss scam where it can now show again. I tell Mr. Shillon, I say, Mr. Shillon, I think this man is being compromised. I think he don't join the thing. And I don't think he they do for more Sierra Leone more again. It's like a party they do for. I think I don't trust this man again. And we see this case where they now with the mayor. He say they go after people them for money, but you don't ever announce who that get money, who that give money, who that waiting. Because I tell Mr. Shillon, I said, Mr. Shillon, I don't trust him. But Mr. Shillon was like, I think a good man, I think a young man, I think, waiting and call me. But me, the first thing why I don't listen to him, why I don't talk to him, and this second term, he sounded like a different person to me. And the things that he started doing were kind of giving me doubt. So now, this ACC boss pulled a press release on the 27th or the 28th of August. I think it was. It's on our page. It's on our viewers' page, social media review. It pulled a press release say the mayor of Freetown don't go pay in money when they say waiting at this money here. This money now money where 3 people them now the mayor in office. Then go through their own little procedure where they get inside Freetown City Council. Then sign and approve somebody where they help for offend money for the country. Madam Mayor and this woman go, then come back say the woman for pay this money. And when I hear the mayor don't put in case across. Now, this press release come out. First of all, the mayor said the same day we see the press release, and all man see the press release. The press release come out, he said, Mayor, don't go pay money. Mayor said, no, I don't pay money. I don't pay 1 cent. I don't know who that pay. Now, Ben Kelfala in place as the commissioner of ACC, where they put the word out for can defend waiting. I said the mayor say I not pay money, I don't know that pay money, I don't send nobody for go pay money for me. Somebody don't go pay money. You say somebody don't pay, mayor say not to him pay. You dey try for the mayor say you dey try for Malinam. So therefore, why all this stem from where this thing don't happen? The ACC not come out back because they don't throw it out there for left and they let people and believe. Let them left and they play inside real mind. They fetch myself now. Then they call people and thief man. Good people there will sacrifice because the mayor sacrifice. You know, and can do it. He go get 10 past the money where they get where they make mayor 2,000 something dollar for month. What's in a dandy? But this woman, she's Ebola term, like I say, income as a technocrat. You know, Sabi, nothing but politics. That volunteer during Ebola and all them thing them, it begin bring people and volunteer them for try for save. Now damn they make, they can't see and say then Gian award them. Even the Queen, the late Queen of England, Gian award them for let them come because they appreciate him work. So he look and say, you know what, let me go serve my people. He go on as mayor. But the harassment, the disrespect, we see from the beginning, them bobo then our office, the soldier team them, when they are attire based then at the SLPP office, they go attack the woman, they hurt them, they don't call her name, they don't do all kind of things for break this woman down. And this is a shame. And a shame and a loss for we because good people they go in a corner who don't want go for this, who don't want go for harassment, who want put in life for this kind of daily stress for even like he kill himself, he can lose in life for what he they do so because he don't feel secure anymore. You can hear her distress, you can hear the distress like she was broken at the airport. She was broken at the airport. This can make people lose their mind. This is why I say, like, me not going to go to politics, I'm not crazy. Because some things what people do to you, they will shift you to the other side. It takes the grace of God over that my life because she's a believer and a person where believe God and where they pray. We hear here and talk say, it make reference to the first lady. He said, "Boy, una say na thief a thief, na this a this. Una don't call and say they don't thief money and it don't make so. It don't make so. Parliament call them say them people they all be give the money. The woman say I not touch money because Parliament this government and they react. So one of the caller them from Leicester talk about Sylvia Blyden. I mean, don't make an audio say we get for Sierra Leoneans get for be careful with Sylvia Blyden. If Sylvia Blyden always they talk about all this thing where get evidence against, but since they no evidence no come, she is just throwing words out there. If not lie, it a lie. Let them go find. If not lie, they lie. We Sierra Leoneans cannot tolerate a person like that. We want for strike a match inside our country. We cannot take those people. We cannot accept those people. We should not allow those people. I don't make an audio about that. We cannot sit back and wait and call. Now, because the mayor made a statement, say, if they say, now the same thing, they say, the first lady in office not get a right for use money and all that. We hear them can follow come out. Oh, we get to go from back first lady then. Then they can say, well, okay, now, Fatima be in office, they under president in office. But I remember say the bank governor, the finance minister, they all be don't say, let we allow president, we only use any money not for account for nothing. We hear them send on a parliament, but the ala we all ala now platform them, we see them squash down there. But maybe then they do it secretly, we don't know. Because we see Africanist press, every day this young man is on the thing, just like I've been there by APC. And in talk and say, now he and mother be them the effect APC. Now he give them 1 year say una fix una self una not agree. Now everybody want make the man like say na Africanist person like na bad person. Because anybody will main goal. When evidences are there, the parliament, the other one and the judiciary, people never come up and say, what is going on here? We need to know. But then you get Fatima Julius Mother Bio. Fatima don't tell we say, now you know my mother trust, nobody not trust again. So if I hear somebody they talk about, and they go represent the queen. Of course, mother be not trust nobody. Fatima not go na mother they go because we don't see every side where they go na then two they go. Fatima say nobody not sabi talk for mother na ain't no more sabi. And we don't tell we dandy. So we not can listen to Fatima. But we watch this woman go on TikTok. TikTok, they make money on TikTok because we all they go on for go watch and they. We want for go watch and they get many views in one money because in a social media queen. So she goes there and called the mayor, Tifuman. He called the mayor, say, me and you not to one. Me and you not to one. That's a deep word. But let we go. Fatima Bio, you just a wife to a president. Mayor of Freetown, he get boku thing them bien name. He get boku resume bien name. Then we say, me and you not to one. Is that the way a first lady talks? Now this I can talk about Fatima. Then they say you the jealous Fatima. Waiting there for Fatima, wait somebody for jealous. A woman has no class where he open a mouth no more. He just talk like any kind thing, like he not get a office where they represent, he don't get a country where they represent. She just talks like anybody in the streets, like anybody where they na waiting and calls them. This is unacceptable. This is provocation. This is disrespectful. Then he got put on. We all know that Sierra Leone say we get tradition. Now we come to this Creole business, but this mayor business. Because the mayor of Freetown, tradition don't show say, and because of what be happy long time ago, then we bring them, slave them back. The no area of Freetown say, na their own municipality area and dandy. We understand, say, times are changing. We understand, say, they don't born other people in a Freetown. That is a fact. And things can change. But there is a small percentage of people, them, what they call the Creole, them, that's now we, the Marabu and them, or the Christian, or what the slave, them, we don't go mix up, we all them, bring, we can settle, we under. That we don't say that we they in charge. Yes, change can come. Yes, we can want change. But then we hear Fatima Bio don't endorse already before even the SLPP they go into who that they want put. He don't put in candidates already inside for mayor. Say Gento Kamara, Naina Akisoya in March. Fatima Bio, I don't know any other adjective I will put inside Fatima anymore. I don't know. But Fatima Bio is Papa God sorry for me mouth. La drink water. Because I will talk with you and I want to talk. Like how that caller be say, I say no enough for use then kind word the day. But Fatima Bio is not acting like a first lady. Then it talk and say, you na APC, me na SLPP. Division again. Right there. For that one day when not they think. We get boku among we. Where I see first lady don't talk, God don't speak. Then they go, like how normal pastor will talk, they say God don't talk. Then they go check, then they go read, then they follow waiting Fatima Bio don't say. They don't preach the gospel, they don't done. Everybody you read and as you open your mouth, you know who side them belong. Everybody in a social media is going with it. Mayor Latif man, some people were not even, you don't not for say you better pass people than alive. But they can say of equal yoke, of even yoke, even if they're not the Bible. Sometimes that when you lie down with dogs, you get up with flea. Not that you're better than people, but your intellect, the level where you don't dare of understanding and grow. Sometimes some people and then you get for left their outside the day. Not that you better pass people, but you are not of the same level. Liquid water, liquid defending level. Oil and water no can mix. Then Mami can say, now rain, now I make goat and sheep meet up under one roof. Some things and there's some people then. The insults that people go through. The insults, all in the name of politics. We are trying to fix Sierra Leone. We are trying to get a better Sierra Leone. But yet we are trying to take the people out. We are trying to take the people, suffocate the people out that are trying to mean well and push growth and push things for them. So I've been talking last week, say, when me problem, now your business, the business is how they make money. Now inside me your problem, how they make money. If now me problem, you not gonna ever fix me problem because now they make money. You're not gonna ever fix my problem. And that's why it look like some people normally Salone people problem fix because what you do now then they eat. You get them, they're there. They get the one that they pay, they get the one that they're waiting and call. Look at the mess that is happening for registration inside Sierra Leone. Look at the mess. I'm not saying Mr. Shiro again for good day. But look at the mess. Look at what thing they go on. This way they do so. In my own opinion, as a Sierra Leonean, from my perception, how I see things, I call things like I see, I'm your interpretation experience of life. They make you interpret and see things how you able to see. Me own thing where I pulled from all this, it was just to frustrate the mayor and maybe stop the mayor from going to Usai. They invite the mayor, I don't know if it's Bill Gates Foundation or whatever. They invite the mayor for go talk on good things and all that kind of stuff. The mayor is not a mayor. The mayor is helping to build with community, with society. She is part of the growth, embrace and try for put we all together. But fortunately, you can say, you know, APC, you know, SLPP. So they're not going to forever meet up. They're not going to forever meet up. So Salone, una know now say, we leader then say, we're not going to ever meet up. We're not going to go before. We're not going to meet up because together we will build, together we will grow, together individualism not make nothing. Together, if we're not there together, if we're not there in unison to go forward, we go agree on most of the things that for go forward, we will never go forward as Sierra Leoneans. We're going to like with this, so we're going to bigger to them with man them. They're going to tell what to do. We all the Allah, we all they say la 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 la. All the community, international community, now they call them because they don't listen to us citizens. Now that this man is going, when you see that, how many people will want to go to Sierra Leone? Because you don't know whose case they don't put in a year. They will not make up story you last minute. They go pull you vacation. They go pull you away. And God say use wisdom. So something and like we not afraid me the afraid oh. But I get people that will depend on me. So something and they will avoid that. Because God they give you the sense and intuition for not say, you know what, stay away from that. Not that you're afraid. Because nobody will run us out of Sierra Leone. Nobody will intimidate us inside Sierra Leone. All the Salone we born, we all are citizens of Sierra Leone. We all get rights regardless of your position where you hold. We cannot be doing this. We get for stop. We get for stop. And we the people are allowing these people to do this to us. We the people are clapping and taking sides. We the people. We the Sierra Leoneans. This is shameful. This is disgraceful. The thing that what they do and the way they do things. I talked last week say, not all man they forgive all. Some of we get God at, we they say turn the other cheek. We not Jesus Christ and Nabi Isa. Turn the other cheek when they do so, it turns so they make you forgive them. But some people will never forgive the atrocity, the pain, the thing where you do to them. When they say come back now the same thing they want. We go there padandi. How long we go deep on this road, this one? How long, Sierra Leoneans? How long? How can we not in one voice say, this is wrong? How can we not see? Are we blinded? What bring them blind? We don't see. We see the truth, but we don't have the courage. We see the truth because of the hypocrisy between us, among us, inside us. But that's where they near we. You talk of aristocrats. The mayor get your way grow. Fatima Bio get your way grow. All man grow. Some people grow na us. Some people grow na treat. Everybody get way grow. Pikin we get training, you know, act for no. Where go na public, he get the way they behave. If even he making goodness in house, where go na public, he know. In mama look at one yard. We na yard and they look we. We know who stand for talk and when not to for talk. Pikin. Aristocrat, the mayor, He born inside gentry in people let me get money. He grew up na England. England and English then they speak. So he don't use for speak English, then go call him shwe shwe. He don't use for speak English. So anyway, can they talk said he can talk to put the English inside sometimes and I can say, Mayor, broke the team for let the people never understand what you they talk because they Makituma not sabi what you they talk. But that's who she is. That's so it's sad. It's not like she's thinking she's better than other people because we see her every day going down and we see this woman always in her African attire, proud of Usai Komod. And yet we say aristocrats, shwe, because, you know, oh yeah, we all not born one. Some people, them parents, them not be getting nothing. But today, alhamdulillah, tell God thank you, they don't reach Usai, they don't reach. Some people had everything, but they're not able to see us in life. Everybody gets in way, everybody gets in style. We are all so with diversity and with differences we get for recognize and respect everybody in difference. The mayor let for speak. Some of him people except no lecker. Some of him people not all will like you. Because when people know they take nonsense, when people know they take rubbish, when people straight, someone not gonna like you. Because they want to take the shortcut, they want to make lazy in life. Do something right the first time, so you don't have to do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. When you do right the first time, it's so easy. Life will be so easy and peaceful. So noise inside we, so noise among we, so noise from the government, from the state house, take her down to black and a street with the pan and the craze and the foolishness. Now the country that day we call. We get a president, he said they call him for Lego chair and education, what they call, because we platform because they say free education, now we system they want copy on the wall. So they show them. It's good for Sierra Leone. If it works for we, it is good for Sierra Leone. It is good for Sierra Leone. But then we ask again, is it really free education or is it just where say they cannot take somebody and put them for me the poster child? It's still good for Sierra Leone. It's still good. But then do we really have the quality education? No, we don't. Do the ministers and the thing that they picking and they go to this public school? No, they don't. Then they put them picking and give them good foundation. But the other mommy where they sell that treat, they get for struggle. Even though with free education, the money where they pay for going inside the school, if they are past waiting at the money where they pay the school fee. If they are past that. Books, if they are past that. Lesson fee, if they are past that. Mr. Shilon, I'll pass them back to you. Salone, we get for buckle, we say for. We get for left this guy where so they do so. We get for left because another do we know it. When I take on a call and Mr. Shilon take the call at them place. Like it in charge.
Okay. Hello caller. Which name name inside the call?
Hello, thank you very much, Mr. Shilon. Thank you.
All right.
Actually, now they try, okay, see the frustration as way Madam Fadima they try to analyze. Mina Ahmed they call from UK. For me, actually, me take I don't want to get into the mayor issue so much because a lot of people don't talk about it, and we see the reality actually. I just want to go into your analysis exactly. Which you talk and I see the facts. We go to look at the institutions, especially the judiciary. I know as a law person, you become frustrated into all of what they go on at Salone today. Because if somebody can just be arrested and pick somebody like that, then they pick a parliamentarian like that, they just arrest a common man and then block him with no appearance to court, and they find you guilty, they just keep you there. You go to Panama Road, they say a lot of young boys, the youths, they are there. They not get nobody for remove them from that circumstance, so then they fall. These are young guys. You see, so you look at the parliament, this decision today for make laws, be it opposition or even the ruling parliament. Let's say the ruling party. Just because now you know the ruling party, now they come up. So you just support whatever government say. Bad is just to say yes because our party. No, we know the work so. We know the work so. These guys they understand. They don't travel. They don't see how other countries they operate. You go there for the sole aim of people. How can they address the people's problem there? These governments come there and they promise a lot. Wage bill being floated with the past government. Look at now. Ministries that will not be they exist. They don't come with the inside. You know, and see the corruption what they happen. All these things, this country poor people they not get better medical facilities, and look at the money they reveal. That can't challenge the African Express. Nobody. That can't say no to true. Parliament to the board and they get right for drag the mayor for can explain for Odono fund. We not to get control of. So imagine how the decision are all don't go in bed with the government. The police can arrest anybody above others from above. You as a police officer, you know your role, you know your duty. You are there for the citizen. For once, then guy will not get integrity. The military, the same thing. You see a military man, they dance over a party. You can imagine that. How we don't come so low. This is the worst time for all military for don't grow. For don't grow past so. Let's assume the past government will do anything, they do wrong, they not do nothing good. And then guy then come now say, well, they can't change things. But look, this is the worst. Madam Fadima, Mr. Shilo, this is the some of we now then we grow, go free to go school, go university. We don't see. We don't deal at the school system as a teacher, me myself, very self-here. But we compare that with this and this, we manage the way we credit. Some of the national teachers, some did at the military, some did at the police force. But then they complain even at the teachers, and they complain, they don't get nothing, they pick them. They have the preschool fees. I know how much money they spend for me brother picking the sister picking them. I don't get no picking though. So you see, we see what they happen exactly. We see. So I don't understand how really what these people they tell we. All na lie. If na pressure, na problems them. If the young guys today they need for them, there are many of them, thousands of them need. Look at LJ issue for all the people who go visit them, 11 and keep them and lock them. They not get justice. Somebody they kill, they go free. Precisely they kill somebody, they say we drive a killer because at the same party they not charge them. They pull them free in the past. How can justice this?
Your times are sorry.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. I'm for saying thank you. They try and with the whole team, we want for pray for una, may God bless you. And then keep the good work on the do. We'll continue for listening. How will they follow now? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your call, your comments. Please keep calling every weekend. Thanks a lot. Now we get a poll over the run, as I announced at the beginning. We get a question. We say, do you agree with the arrest of a Freetown City Councillor at Lunga Airport 15 minutes before boarding his flight? So far, people have been responding. At the moment, 86% say no, they don't agree, that it was wrong. Then 14% say yes, they agree. So we go announce, because we should go off another 20 minutes from now. So we'll go announce at the close of it, just before we shut down, waiting if the percentage of the polling change. But for right now, the yes people, we say they agree with the arrest of the city councilman at 14%. The no people, then 86%. We say no, it was wrong. So I just want to announce that to the viewers then and the listeners, as far as that is concerned. Now we'll get some other topics then. In fact, this is the first time we may not even get to the main topic, because I was hoping that we will cover because if we touch the main topic, that's going to be a thing all by itself. But I was hoping that we will cover some of them side topics there before we get to the main topic. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. So we had put on the agenda another article, which was not, because the main topic was going to be the registration taking place in the various areas of the country and the vivid impression we would see of people being bussed into the country from Liberia and the discontentment by the Liberians
This not
them,
new
because
side.
say we in Liberia we get languages
Hey,
that we
Papa.
can like Minde, like Kisi, like Vai. So it seems like some people were taken from the border, bussed in. They were advised to speak Minde, and then but some of them, because they claimed they were not fed for like 2 days, they, of course, like we say in Salone, if they tell you say talk to me no more, Minde no more, but you should be Creole. When you do vex, you cast all of that aside and talk you Creole. So when the Liberians start talking, of course, then get a different accent from we, you can pick up right away that they're Liberians, they're not Sierra Leoneans. But so now that will make a main topic. But I'm not sure we could do this topic justice if we get on that.
I will give
Because among one of the minor topics the whole want deal with also was the presence or the attendance of President Bio at the inauguration of the latest, at the inauguration of the new president of Kenya. But there was this debacle as to whether our president was invited or not, or did they even know he was coming? And some people claiming that the nation was embarrassed by the Kenyans. Some people are claiming that we should protest. Some people are saying that he had no business being there. He waka waka too much. And then Mr. Uh, Chernobyl is saying just for that trip, 42,000 US dollars was withdrawn from the treasury or from the central bank just for that trip. That was clearly, by all indication, unnecessary, because it looked, and I may be corrected, but it looks like we're president are the only president from a Leone region. We go. The other ones, they were from Central Africa or East Africa. So with those two main topics, if we want to touch them, we'll go. So why would not just comment and leave, because this registration is not going to die, it's ongoing. Let's make that main topic next week. But let we just go ahead and touch on the fact that we're president. Anybody who get anything for comment, you can call and tell me. First of all, when I think say before Dede. Second of all, do you think he was invited? Third of all, does he have to accept all invitations, even if he's invited? You know? And so we get in question, particularly what the talk say, the country not get money, but we hear about 120,000, because the other time we already said the trip to England was 124,000 US dollars for. So anybody will get any comment now. But last but not least, we get 2-3 people that we call just now. One concerning the mayor and the way about Miss Blyden, Miss Sylvia Blyden. Yeah, I will agree with the caller that those are very expensive trips. You wonder how is she able to afford those trips? I mean, that's a matter of common sense and are reasonable in the law. You can say, you can deduce or you can make a reasonable presumption that she could not afford those trips unless she has some undisclosed sources that people don't know about. And that people get a right for suspect. Why is she calling the mayor names? And she is always heaping praise on the first lady and the current government. I have my own opinion. I think she's just a survivalist and an opportunist, and she will do anything to maintain that posture there. But nonetheless, the example I've given people, even if you don't agree with them, I'll give a classic example. If me and John and Peter would decide to go rob a bank, and we go, me and the getaway driver, Peter and John go inside the bank, they get the money, then the car will drive. But when we ship the money, disputes arise because I think they are not getting enough. Okay, and it could be a big mistake for saying, no, listen to Peter because one of the chief man there. No, in fact, the best chief man for listen to, because he was there. He get the facts. Now, that don't necessarily you condone or you agree with Peter say it was right because they can't tell them the secret as by what you do. When Ms. Blyden speaks, she makes some sensible disclosures about activities we will have otherwise never known. Let's accept that and make your own assessment and see if it is credible. So sometimes to get an opportunity to shut other people up, to be able to scare certain people whose secret they might know, he can put so much out there so you will call them and try for do whatever. What? So we should be happy to hear that because these are all underhanded and things that some of them people and do we know of. So I have no objection to listening to anything when not true that you know about. And I'm intelligent enough to make an assessment and weigh the credibility of some of the stories that you tell.
But the problem
So,
with that, Mr. Shilo, the problem with that, sir, she has been doing this now for the past 1 year, going on 2 years. 1 year, I don't hype that stuff there. Let her bring the evidence. When Africanist press they talk, it provide evidence. But Sylvia Biden just to make empty noise
she's
to
not
me.
at that level. Africanist press
I mean,
is not,
why
it's
can
not
she? Okay,
providing.
if he say he gets the evidence that they all been going, like how you see now I mean the getaway driver, he know all the detail, put it on the table and stop making noise. If it's true, let them go after that and let them deal with whoever is doing this. But then she comes out again. Because she comes out again, Mr. Shilon, sir. This woman is crafty. She comes out again after we don't even thing and they when then he come back say, well, President, you get something where don't make arrangements with Anes Baikoma. That's why he don't want to go after Anes Koma. Who does that? Is it true? If you get the evidence, put up for let the world see, let Sierra Leone see. But you're trying to bring trouble. These people work on emotions. This new government, anybody who they make them drop them fact, they make so. You keep stirring trouble and putting device over there for me. That's why I'm saying they divide we. We don't want you if you don't get evidence. You know they can't throw away Bonga Ed can say Usagata the one candidate. No, sir. We cannot be doing that. That is my frustration with Sylvia Blyden. And I made it clear to you. I'm not saying he get good information. He can get say yes, he gets let her put it on the table. Not to begin if he say the party corruption. Hey, I get this. That's the same thing she did with the mayor. And when the parliament won't call the mayor, there's nothing in there. There's nothing. So let's put her out there, let me see.
Okay, let me tell you, she's not going to.
Let this noise for me. If they find a first class, she flies. You ask the question, Mr. Shilo, they give you chance. But she flies first class. Every time they fly first, it over $4,000. It over $4,000. She flies business class. She puts it on her tweet. If they fly business class all over, it'll show you are there. But then you put in trouble out there, and you know they put the evidence, you know the Igbo word. No, we cannot take that as Sierra Leone. We don't need those kind of people for let them can put trouble inside the country no more. No. They have done it for too long. We get for stop and we get for call them out. Go ahead, sir.
No, I agree with you. First of all, you're right. Anybody who fly first class, and a person of means. Because in fact, I think when you fly first class from Sierra Leone like to the United States, it costs up to $10,000. Okay,
yes,
so you get for means. Okay. Now, I not dispute anything what you say. Now, the solution, I think, that you get different. First of all, not put on the class of Chernobyl. Chernobyl is a distinguished, once-in-a-lifetime kind of investigative reporter. The last time we will get a Chernobyl equivalent in Australia was in the days of Ibrahim Taki. The last time we get a Chernobyl. He's in a class all by himself. I don't know Chernobyl. I've never spoken to him, but I know quality when I see one. This is a distinguished investigator with journalists. We know they get them kind of day. Now, like God give a country good leader. You know, they can often. Chernobyl, we're not going to see a reporter of in kind anytime soon. Because the last time we see that in the 1960s, that's really on the site Ibrahim Taki. And then we say me come. Me not too thrilled with this I refer to APC and SFPP. No, I call them APC and SFPP nonsense because these two parties are just something else. I don't even want to address that. But Sylvia Blyden, this is her means of survival. She is in a different class. She's a manipulator. She is a narcissist. She is she's all about herself. She's been doing this a long time. People should go back, way back to the Fudesanko days. She was very much involved. So now people should know how to. I wouldn't take her that seriously. If you allow, unless Kuruma, they allow themselves to be manipulated by her, not a business. If SFPP allow themselves for being manipulated, but I'm just telling you, I wouldn't raise my blood pressure over her. That's the way she survives. She's always going to do it. She doesn't operate on principle.
But Mr. Chinos, people's life depend on this. We cannot have her doing all this garbage and nonsense. If you get evidence, pull the evidence, get her go to Parliament. Parliament open the case. Whoever judiciary, let them settle this right for whoever is wrong, whoever don't thief with money. Let them bring them, come out, let them deal with them. Let we move on. Let's Salone able for all people are accountable for what they do. But she cannot be doing this. She's a manipulator. Like I've said before, every time I already say him. It's just she has to stop. She has to stop. We therefore stop for encouraging kind of people and they are among we. No, we will never grow. We will never go forward because people are holding people to ransom. People are holding and they set fire and they put the fire, the match there with the fetch we said. Then they sit down, they laugh, then they enjoy. Some of you now when they fetch on social media, on another live the kind they live there. In a fly up and down, they all side. I think he said we go Vegas there, America. I don't know if you don't go back. I think they are still. I don't know. But this nonsense, man. We not serious.
The caller who made the call, now then kind of a critical observances than they need like for Salonians what to make. Use your own common sense. See how this person lives and you wonder, this doesn't sound right. Like I always say, Americans then can say, if it looks like a dog, walks like a dog, quacks like a dog, it must be a dog. So if you see, you not make up on your mind about this lady, but what you mean to say is the Salone politics is not that difficult. The trouble is we not get committed people, then people who are committed to the country. There are people committed to the party who go even put their life on the line for the party. But the same people will not put their lives on the line for the country. I don't understand that reverse allegiance there, but that's the way it is. But so if anybody get anything before we wrap up in terms of the president's visit to the inauguration and waiting at your opinion, Kenya of late, question number one, was it necessary, even if he was invited, did he have to go? Are there times when you forget, like the man we called from Leicester, England, say, if you get the first lady to represent the president, what is the function of the vice president? These people are elected to these offices for represent we when the president not there. Is the president needed to go explain to any country how for give free education if we are at if we are at the top of the game for free education, which I'm not sure of? What is the Minister of Education or the ministers of education who's not enrolled? So because a Minister of Education might go with 1 or 2 or 3 people if he has to go. The president will go with about 15, 20, 30 people, all at the expense of the country. But if people are refusing to see all them facts here, which to me I always conclude that we don't care necessarily about the country. The vast majority of we is, what would you look at? When SFPP they do all their wrongs here, which are wrongs, there are SFPP people who say it's okay. Now we they do now we meaning we were in a party people. Now we party, it's okay. But with their APC for them. You see, not to the act of wrongness they are condemning. Now who that they do the act? So it's okay for me on party for thief, for deprive the people, for lie, for deceive. Now where the other party they do and things are terrible. And people that will know me or ideology, this is what I'm saying. It will not matter who's to pan two party. I keep emphasizing the two party. And let me say parties, and we are the parties in the country. It will never happen. Neither one of them two parties will do anything good for Sierra Leone. It will never happen. Because they are so mixed, they are so intertwined, they are so much one and the same. It doesn't, I mean, if you put clothes over sheep, that's still sheep. Lipstick on the pig is still a pig. And no matter whose political party when I call these guys, they are the same. But when I can believe all when I want for say, oh, well, one kind of power it could be better. No. You see how then the fight for staying a power, not to because for run government is difficult. If they be sincere, they no need for to go pick people from Liberia or other places, then go, they'll say, hey, you know, now help at the top for help make a quit. But it's not going to happen because too much money there for loss. So that's all I have to say. Ms. Fadima, I don't know if you have anything you want to add to it.
I know it's late. I know it's late, but I will not be here next week. I'm going on a trip to Cancun, Mexico vacation. I get a friend that is turning 60. Yeah, I get a friend turning 60 and she's celebrating. I'll be gone next week. I will not be here. But like I say, you get for talk on this bosses to people. Let me talk about much quick. I mean, last word that day. And this boss, what we see, so it is really troubling. It is really troubling that, and these people is showing how desperate people are to win election and continue to win elections. How do we know all those people that they're bringing in here as Sierra Leoneans? We don't see the difficulty upon difficulty where the people are in the city, where the people then in the other parts of Freetown and Sierra Leone, they get for register for vote. And I know say Dennis Bright and others and the other party there and the co-op and the other don't ask for its extension. I pray they give the extensions because it is a right of citizens for vote. Now that they bring them people, then they come. Are they going to boss them again? My question be and my fear is, are they going to boss them again when turn it for election? Or these people that are going to register, are they going to take their registration cards and give them to other people and for go vote under them people here, their name? Where they can register. So now the question that they will get for us. Because now it's easy for go bring them come. Anybody can register. They know they ask beaucoup question. Because I know say most of them people that they inside that bus day. Inside them thing that they were there. They not get nobody for identify them say them as Sierra Leone. Most of them not going to get back certificate for show say them as Sierra Leone. But the one that were there inside Sierra Leone, we want register. They're not able to forgive them. They say, oh, no, go bring this. Oh, no, go bring this. Then begin to turn the people. Then. But then put a busload of people in for go register. Then pull them in other country, neighboring country. Yes, they might be Sierra Leoneans. Yes, they don't day out of Sierra Leone, then they under. But do they have that certificate? I gonna say all them people and they inside. And how they go bring them people and they come back? Now my question, and they when they go ready for register them people here, when they go ready for vote, are they gonna take all these people and pay them for the registration where they don't register so that they go number then they because I want to remember say inside the census they will not say Kenema and Bo then get beaucoup people's pass freedom. So is this the exodus they do now, taking people out of Liberia for car into Sierra Leone so that the number will match what they don't put inside the paper? I don't know, but that is the thing I want for left with we Sierra Leone and now begin think critically. What is the reason? I am not saying judge them, but think about it. Say, what is the reason? Let we begin pay attention. Let we begin waiting the call because we all get right and for push this country go before, and we cannot sit by. We mama them, me granny them, how for do? Me mama them tell how for do? We on terms them because at 60 years, me say they can also next year by God power. We on turn back the left wing and but we don't join inside there for begin talk. Let the young one then take over. Let us say begin talk because now not life now not property. There is a way, there is a language, the way we possibly treat you. In any side, what person treat you? What just watch the way they treat you. There is a message inside it. If you're not able to see the way, if not good or bad, then they treat you. You continue for be blind for look at the message by the treatment of the where people and they treat you, then it's up to you. Now you choice. Life is a choice. How you want them, how you make them and make you say, now you don't. There are other things where we left to God, we left to chance, we left to the junior for bring up. But there are things again in life that we can control, we can change, and it is up to us, the human, the individual, to change for the good of the whole. Because in the end, community is everything. In the end, family is everything. In the end, togetherness, we will build stronger foundation. But if one man team up down, if all man can team up, the foundation will crumble. But if many people lay down, for us they hand up, other people then team up, they hand up, other people then team up, we will build a stronger nation. Now that's what we want for Sierra Leone. It is time to register to vote. Una go register. We know say it's frustrating, we know say it's anger, we know say it's hard. We stress everything at the diaspora, they begin push. For the next election, let Congress, Congress, Parliament, let Parliament come put that law. They say we go able to register to USA we own USA we day. For Sierra Leone for able register, Ghana they do am, Nigeria they do am, Gambia they do am. What you do we Sierra Leone for do USA we register, we're ready for go vote. If we want to vote, let us get part of the voice. We get for bring the change. We get for this now 2022. We dey carry into 2020. The America they in a space right now. Then they can't go beyond space. They can't go past the moon. Then they can't go. Then they explore. We just do with the fetch we say with the chair close APC SLPP. We need better Sierra Leone. There are good peoples in both parties. We cannot allow the bad ones. A good what a good farmer they do. When you see weed in the corner and plants in garden where they go, they taking hand, they taking they dig the weed come out. Sometimes the weed don't root it down. They don't try about take the hole, dig and come out. That's what we do with our voices. That's what we do with our action. That's what we do. We stand. We say we cannot as Sierra Leoneans. We cannot as Sierra Leone continue like this, because if we want to get a better Sierra Leone, if we want to let we pick in and go eat the dirty what we eat, they play cuckoo, they play the boat skiddy, they play the adai, they play, and I see picking and they play the legacy. Picking out don't turn big man. We see the pornography what they do. We see because of the loss, LUSST, the loss, where God can say thou shalt not lost. They shall not covet, they shall not lost, but the commandment them. The LUST, the lust for things and wealth and fame. We see we compete and they shame themselves inside social media that they naked themselves. Where is the morality? We know say these are new times, these are different times, but come on for goodness sakes, as Sierra Leoneans, we cannot. Let we make a people of class, a people of culture. We cannot be doing this. We cannot be shocking the world, one for shock, one for get views. We naked, we see, we sister. I feel so sad, I feel so sorry. Having sex, live sex with her husband on social media for shock the world. She put down that video. It is a shame. People that will look up to them. These people have children. When the children get for go, anything we don't go out, it will never come back. We cannot, Sierra Leoneans, we get for mama them, comrade them, we get for train we picking them right, we get for show we picking them, say, then get for value themselves, because when you're insecure of yourself, that's when you do all those things. When you're afraid, when you know confidence in yourself, we get for begin parents with picking them right. We get for begin parents with the grace of God and good parenting, we picking them will turn good. We cannot. And I can say again, the war puts a lot of things inside we. The war left a lot of people that will not get foundation. But who don't come and then country here after we then country open to we see the behaviors, we see the kind lifestyle, we see every day, and it's so saddening me heart because me I like picking them. It saddens my heart to see people doing all this nonsense. When you fetch you party on a kind of social media and I don't know they can't tell you say. Ebo, Salone, they don't know we for that. Let we be a people of class. Let we be a people of decency. You know, decency, yes. All man not go dey the same. All man not go dey the same, but at least let we able carry reserve. Let we able when we talk. Let we able for team up. And when we enter, we not put we head on. Do ya na beg at the big. We dey pray, una let we continue for pray because we believe we are people of faith. We believe that there is a God, there is somebody superior to us, and we dey pray for change and we pray for wisdom. Let wisdom go inside the one day where they before. Let wisdom go inside there. Let them able do right for the people in the name of God, for the fear, for have the taqwa of Allah. Forget the fear of the Almighty God. Forget whatever the blood of Jesus, whatever you call it inside you. For let you able for free. Say do unto others as you would like others do. So next time we'll come back by God in power and God get life for all day. Let God keep we. The one that was sick among we. Let God say again if I dey shine. No jealous me. I will come me. Go work on next time. I'm going to be over you, the cloud over. Till next week. Till next time. I love you all. Fedima salute. And now that I know my for say, on a let we strive for be better. Let us strive for be better. Because everybody deserves better. We all are mortal man. We all. And there is a message in the way people treat you. Mr. Shilon to you, sir. Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Nadima. So we're at the close of the show now. Thank you, folks, for calling and listening. So please tune in next week, same time, and I hope we will get a similar lively discussion on the show. For now, goodbye. Thanks.